So hey guys, welcome back, and today we are making a little bit of different video. Today I'm very happy to explain, little bit tell you the crazy amount of details in Monoposto steering wheel. Well, in a real life F1 steering wheel is very complex, it has a lot, it's like a it's like a supercomputer sort of stuff. A lot of buttons do a lot of function, everything works very cool. Even in Monoposto you have a lot of working buttons actually, which are actually working, and you show information, and this is really crazy because a mobile game having this amount of detail, that is pretty much insane. So we will explain all the buttons one by one. So let's talk about it one by one. So you can see this is the typical Monoposto steering wheel, which looks pretty much like the real life Mercedes steering wheel. So every different team has different sort of steering wheel design. Like Williams earlier used to have the display mounting on the car rather than on the steering wheel, but now they have adopted the display on the steering wheel. So it's like in Monoposto it's like the Mercedes steering wheel. So first you can see we have the central display right here. This is the main display right here. All the settings and all the informations are being shown here. Even in this game a lot of details are being displayed here. So first you can see we have the speedometer. This shows the speed of the car in km/h. On the below this speed display we have the tire temperature display. That is pretty cool, that how much the tire temperature is. Below that we have the tire health, like how much the tire has been used and how much the tire wear is. Below that we have the car damage, the car percentage, indicating how much damage you may be sustaining, or any damage the car may have sustained, maybe because of a crash or hitting the wall. Next we have you can see this is for the position. You can see right now in this clip, in this image right here, I am in P5 position. So it shows the fifth position right now. You can see it displays the which position you are in right now. So the big 8, you can see, well, a Formula 1 car have 8 gears, so it shows the number of gears you are in, which gear you are in. Pretty much goes handy if you are like in real life when you are driving with that shifts there. So pretty much useful for that. Well, we also have the lap indicator, the number of laps we are having. That is 2 out of 16 laps we already done right there. On top you can see the ERS percentage. This is the battery percentage, how much you have used the battery, and the button is up right here. So you can see the ER written, that is the button, and it actually glows when you click it in Monoposto. When you click the button there on the UI there, so this button actually glows, that indicating that your ERS is switched on. So up ahead you can see the delta time. This is in the new update, it was not there earlier, but in the new update they have added delta time. What is delta time? Delta time is the comparison of the time between your previous lap and the current lap you are in. So you can see I am around 6 seconds faster than my earlier lap, the previous lap. So delta comes handy when you are trying to push how much you are gaining from your earlier lap, or you are losing time than your earlier lap. So it goes handy pretty much. So other than that we also have the flag lights. Well, the flag lights are if you have a caution or a safety car or a red flag, it just glows there. Well, Monoposto doesn't have red flags, but when you crash or there's a yellow flag, it just glows there. There are 3 lights that actually glows, indicating that there is a crash or anything like that. On top you can see the shift lights, actually also called the RPM indicators. Sometimes they are called like that, but these actually indicates the RPM. When you reach the blue line right there, the next gear has been shifted. In Monoposto we do not have we do not have a manual gear shift like real life. The driver actually press the pedals to change the gear, but in Monoposto it happens automatically. But I'm just discussing about the details it has. It is crazy actually. So on top the DRS, drag reduction system. When you press the DRS button on the straight or the indicated DRS zone, this buttons actually glows. So apart from that we have a little bit of a thing that is called the upshift and the downshift pedal. Well, you cannot actually see this because this is behind the steering wheel, but if you notice the fingers of this driver up there in the game, so the model actually kind of press the button. When you upshift in this hand actually kind of goes like clicking the buttons behind that, and the downshift pedals the driver also clicks when you are like downshifting, when you're using the brakes. So I mean, there are a lot of buttons which are for display only, but in real life all the buttons works. But in terms of a mobile game, that is a crazy amount of details that Monoposto managed to put in. I mean, look at this diagram from far away. Looks crazy. I mean, it's very complex. You can show up pretty much a non F1 fan kind of like that, and they will be like very confused with that. That is pretty crazy that a mobile game managed to do that much of details in a steering wheel. That is crazy actually. That is a noticeable thing that we can actually pretty much do. That is crazy, man. I'm very happy with that. I mean, nice, very nice.